Hi, my name is Luke and welcome to my YouTube tutorial on how to build your own computer. So if you're stuck, if you're having some trouble, if you need any tips or pointers, then you're definitely in the right place. So with this tutorial series, I'll be going through every single step of building your own PC, from budgeting out your parts list to downloading and installing Windows. I will be covering every step of the way. Of course, everyone's going to have a little bit of differences. Not every motherboard, not every component is the same. But for the most part, things stay pretty consistent over every single build you do. So I've been building computers since 8th grade, the end of 8th grade, and I have a pretty decent amount of experience when it comes to putting them together. And I remember when I first started building, I was completely overwhelmed. Every tiny screw looked the same. All the wires from the power supply looked identical. Everything just looked super, super complicated. But once you kind of just sit down and push through it, you can really figure out that it's not that hard of a process and that you just need to get past that initial push. Everything has its own spot. It's pretty difficult to miss on a part once you have a checklist going of everything you need. It's not as scary, messing around with components as you think it would be. They're not as delicate as you think they would be either. So with this series, I'm going to give all the tips I have kind of gathered over the year and have helped me put together a computer, and share that information with you. And hopefully it will lead to a smooth experience with building your own computer. So with every video, I'm going to try to cover a new portion of computer building. So my first video, besides this one, is about budgeting. I'm going to go over what websites to help you budget, some tips about budgeting, every component that you need to build a successful computer, and the amount of money you should be spending on each specific part, plus some other little tips about making sure you don't go over budget and staying near how much you want to spend. I'm also going to make a video about setting up the motherboard and all the components you need to do on that step. So that's going to include, putting on the CPU, the RAM, the video card, and it's just going to be everything you need on the motherboard. I'm going to make a separate video about attaching the motherboard to your case in order for it to be stable, hooked up correctly, and make sure your motherboard is secure. I'm also going to be doing all the wiring from another video, from the wiring from the power supply to the motherboard, which might be one of the most seemingly confusing steps because most power supplies just come with so many wires, and it might seem a little overwhelming, but really it's not. And then I'm going to be going over how to install Windows and any other troubleshooting videos that might come about from having issues detecting hard drives, having issues downloading Windows and setting up drivers. So I'm going to be try to cover all the basics with these tutorials. So really, with this tutorial series, I want to show you guys that building a computer isn't like soldering. It isn't like putting all these complicated pieces together. And it's really much more like a Lego set. Everything has a spot, and if you follow the directions, you're going to build a successful computer. So all I can say is that over the next couple of tutorials, make sure you don't give up and you persevere through any kind of issues that arise, because everything has a solution. And remember, being patient is important. Even if you don't have the most super computer at the end of this project, it's something that you can build upon. It's not just, oh, you build your computer and you're done, you're stuck with it. You can upgrade your parts, you can change things, and that's what I really love about computer building, that everything can be modified and everything can be changed upon. So hopefully you guys stick around and see what's to come. Thanks.